Now at 10, authorities begin investigating the cause of an early morning church fire in Galena. Plus, the community of Columbus steps in to help when an area farmer passes away. And a Joplin business hosts a tasty fundraiser to benefit the Humane Society.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A suspected lightning strike in Galena, Kansas leads to an early morning church fire. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Anthony Saviello. The fire happened around 3:30 this morning at the Christ Point Church in Galena on the Kansas-Missouri state line. The fire was contained to the Student Life Center in the west portion of the building. Christ Point Church released a statement saying, in part, quote, "Please be praying as we navigate this situation and showing thanks as it was not worse. We love you and we'll get through this," end quote. The Joplin Police Department releases additional information in connection with a serious crash involving a pedestrian. Authorities received reports of the crash last night around 5:45 on North Main and Murphy Boulevard. They say a pedestrian was struck by a vehicle in the crosswalk area. The driver remained on the scene. At the time of the accident, the victim, now identified as 39-year-old Abby Zeb of Joplin, was rushed to an area hospital with serious injuries. She was pronounced dead a short time later. We'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty for a first look at weather.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a nice Friday for us today. Temperatures fantastic. Cooler, not 90 degrees like we saw on Thursday, but 75 today, still above our average high for this time of the year. We started at 63, record is 83, set back in 1989. Kind of breezy the past couple days. We still have a north wind kicking in 5 to 10, but it's going to be light as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. But clear skies, nothing going on, so a very quiet night, but it is going to be chilly. Temperatures are going to be dropping back into the upper 40s later on tonight. So chilly tonight. Saturday looks pretty good. It's going to be mild, pretty much hoodie weather as we get into the evening hours. Warmer on Sunday, and we are tracking at least some chances for rain by the middle of next week. So we're going to break this all down for you here in just a bit.
Matt Atkinson, a farmer from Columbus, Kansas, tragically passed away in a car accident in Cherokee County this past Saturday. And now his fellow farmers are harvesting the crops he left behind. KOAM's Melissa Alexis has more.
Just how everybody came together so quick.
Matthew Atkinson tragically passed away in a car accident before he was able to harvest the soybeans in his farm. In an act of neighborly solidarity, farmers stepped up to harvest the soybean crops Atkinson left behind.
It was just outstanding come together of people.
We compete for land and different things, but when it comes right down to it, friendship and helping one another is really worth a lot more than that.
I know Matthew would have been proud and amazed that this many people jumped in to help us out.
Atkinson's father says he will always remember how much his son loved others.
He had a big heart, and he wore it on his sleeve, and if anybody needed help, he would even shut down the tractor and get off and go help them.
Atkinson's farm stretched about 20 miles, and neighbors put aside their own crops to be there to help their fellow farmer. Reporting in Columbus, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
6 people were in the car at the time of the accident and were injured as a result. The Lions hosted a cancer awareness ceremony today. The event at Missouri Southern honored breast cancer victims and survivors. Students and staff also used the event as a way to raise awareness for breast cancer, spread information about support services, and stress the importance of early detection.
Advances in the survival rate of breast cancer is early detection. And for our students, I think it's particularly important that early in their life they become aware of breast cancer and that they need to take care of themselves in their own health care and be an advocate for themselves when it comes to taking care of themselves.
Proceeds raised from the event will go to the Hope for You Breast Cancer Foundation, headquartered in Joplin. Ridgeline Roofing and Solar's second annual chili cook-off brought the heat this morning, all to help raise funds for the Joplin Humane Society. It was $20 for contestants to enter their pot of chili and $10 for attendees to have a taste.
We got a lot of pets out there that need homes, and we got a couple of them adopted last year. We even have one of our reps that adopted a dog, and we're pretty proud of that.
First place in the cook-off won $500, and a trophy. Awards were also given out to second and third place. Carl Junction hosted a spooky good time tonight. The city's area chamber of commerce threw a trunk or treat. Kids could come out to fill their bags with candy, dressed as everything from Spider-Man to skeletons to even one pint-sized Deadpool. Most of the kids had a darn good reason why they dressed like they did.
Because he's the best DJ ever.
I just thought it would be interesting.
Because my best friend is going as, Mabel.
Because I love it. Because she's my favorite character in Descendants.
Because I always wanted to be a dragon.
Because I wanted to match my brother.
Because it reminds me of my grandma.
The event took part on Carl Junction's Main Street. Well, if it's Friday night, you know what that means. John Dales brings us full slate of 4-state football action, including tonight's game of the week, Parsons versus Columbus. That's coming up. But up first, a small business owner in Pittsburgh says higher food prices have forced her to raise prices for her customers. Her story when we return.
Interest rates are falling at Honda.
A Pittsburgh bakery owner says the cost of ingredients is causing her to raise the prices of her goods. Prices are up from years past, and she, along with other residents, tells KOAM's Lonnie Walton they feel the pain.
2 to 3 years ago, the cost of a dozen eggs ranged between $1 and $1.50 a dozen. And here within the last 6 months, they have been upwards of $4 a dozen.
Lori Horton is the owner of Celebrations by Lori. She says her ingredients have greatly increased.
Just our granulated sugar has gone up average of about $1 a bag. Flour has gone up almost $1 a bag.
Not only does she have to deal with the cost of food increases, but packaging's a problem as well.
Anywhere between $20 to $25 a case for shipping on top of the cost of the item.
Although businesses are struggling, what about the residents?
Retired, my husband's retired, so we live on Social Security, so we don't have a great income.
Make it where it's not such a struggle in life. You know, I have to work 2 jobs to make ends meet, so it would definitely, help if our government could help lower the cost of food.
Other small businesses do too. She emphasizes with others.
I know most small business owners are the same as myself, and we struggle with having to pass those extra costs on to our customers.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
A Pittsburgh resident also said that lowering food prices will help with people who have disabilities. Well, Doug returns with a look at your forecast, and a little later, it's a big night for area football. John kicks off the latest edition of Friday Night Football in just a few minutes.
Enjoy store-wide savings now at
to the services your government should provide. I appreciate your support on November 5th.
Well, it turned out to be a great Friday for us today. Not near as warm as what we have seen over the past couple days. We had record highs the past 2 days, topping out right around 90 degrees, which is ridiculous for the last third of October, and then mid-70s today. Now, today was still above normal. It was just a lot closer to where we should be for this time of the year. Plus, on top of that, we got some scattered showers and thunderstorms last night. The rain amounts weren't heavy, but it was better than nothing because we've been so dry. We're in that extreme drought across the region. Light northerly winds sticking around throughout the overnight hours tonight. It's going to be kind of a light easterly wind as we go into Saturday. And then on Sunday, watch these winds. They start to crank around out of the south, and that's going to help our temperatures start to warm back up as we go into Sunday and then also on Monday. But nice and calm tonight. Nothing going on. Clear skies. We'll stick with the clear skies throughout the overnight hours. Pretty quiet across the Central Plains. And no big storm systems until you get way out here in the Pacific Northwest. That actually is our next storm system. It's just not going to affect us until we get to about the middle of next week. All right, let me walk you through your weekend. Temperatures chilly tonight. Look at this. Mid to upper 40s to near 50 degrees. Easterly winds. We go into the mid to upper 60s by noon. I'll stop this at 4:30 in the afternoon. 71 in Monette, 76 in Grove. Parsons, 71 degrees. So Saturday looking pretty good. Chilly again Saturday night, few clouds, skirt on through, upper 40s to near 50. And then Sunday looks great as well. Mostly sunny skies, temperatures mid to upper 70s. So we do warm up a little bit as we go into Sunday. Here's a breakdown of the weekend. 72 Saturday, hoodie weather in the evening, pushing 80 by the time we head into Sunday, but still looking fantastic. Let's go into early next week, back into the 80s. So here's Monday, mid 80s, a lot of mid and upper level clouds, still warm again, mid 80s on Tuesday, but here's what we like to see. Here's our next storm system. Rain chances increasing. So this is late Wednesday into Thursday morning, which of course is Halloween, but it looks like most of the rain should be out of here just in time for trick-or-treating. 72 on Saturday. Let's go 79 on Sunday. 84 Monday, 82 Tuesday. Rain chances Wednesday and Thursday, and then additional rain chances once again for next weekend. Anthony?
All right, Doug, we'll take all the rain we can get, and Doug and I are getting out of here so we can turn it over to John and the rest of the KOAM sports team for Friday night football action straight ahead.
Kansas Crossing Casino brings you the ultimate.
You're watching 4 State Friday Night, proudly sponsored by GN Bank, Crawcan, Sticklin & Sticklin Law Firm, and Macco Builders.
Hey, welcome into week 9 of 4 State Friday Night here on KOAM. Tonight, our Kansas and Missouri schools play their final games of the regular season. We start with our game of the week, Parsons at Columbus. Winner will be at home next Friday. Columbus hosts Parsons. Winner gets a home playoff game next week. We'll pick it up. Start of the third quarter, Titans already leading 21-8 and looking for more. Jack Valela on 4th down, rolls out, heaves it deep, but that pass picked off by Jason Smart. That's the momentum shifter that Parsons needs. The Vikings with the ball now. Their quarterback, Trey Logan, keeps it on the read option, takes it around the edge, picks up a nice block, and check this out. Finishes the run by trucking a defender. That gets both sides fired up. A little bit later in that same drive, Logan pitches it to Chandler Henson, and he's going to get into the end zone. It's now a 21-14 game. How does Columbus respond? Well, on 3rd down, Valela zips it across the middle. He finds his receiver, Brandon Stice, and he rumbles down the sideline across midfield into plus territory. Later in that drive, 4th quarter now, Siler Schuberger takes the handoff, bounces to the outside and into the end zone. Titans lead 28-14. Parsons needs points. It's next drive. Logan back to pass, and his pass is intercepted. Picked off by Jace Midget. That'll seal it. Columbus gets the win on senior night. Final score 28-14. Switching gears to Class 1A, District 1. Colgan on the road at Southeast. Panthers recover a fumble on the opening kickoff. They get great field position. And on the first play from scrimmage, Carson Simmons with all sorts of time to throw. He finds Clayton Adamson, who goes into the end zone untouched. Colgan leads 7-0. Next Panther possession, and this is going to look pretty similar. Simmons finds Adamson. He puts his foot in the ground, makes a couple of defenders miss, and takes it in for his second touchdown of the first quarter. It's now 14-0. Southeast, in desperate need of some offense, gets some here. Gannon Hobbs finds Braxton Hudson on a screen pass. He's got plenty of room to work with. He's going to pick up 50 yards on this play. However, that drive doesn't result in any Lancer points. Colgan gets the ball back and knows just what to do with it. The pitch goes to Lane Stoltz, and the sophomore runs hard right by the defense and in for another Panther touchdown. All Colgan tonight in Cherokee. Panthers win 49-12. They entered the playoffs on a 6-game winning streak. Taking on Topeka High School, we pick things up in the second half. Pittsburgh leads 28-12 at the start of the third quarter. Saron Carter back deep to receive the kickoff for Topeka. He cuts this upfield. He's going to break a tackle and break away. Carter fights his way deep into Pittsburgh territory for good field position. A few plays later, Zane Smith takes the snap and fires over the middle to Jaden Norman in the end zone. That touchdown makes it a 2-score game. Pittsburgh still up 28-18. Purple Dragons look to respond. They hand it off to their running back, Nate Mitchell. He bursts up the middle for a big run, moves the chains. Later in that drive, Carson Nicholson keeps it, makes a move to the inside, and he's going to score to extend the Pittsburgh lead. Purple Dragons take a 35-18 lead. Next Topeka possession, there's a fumble after the snap, and Cole Hayden jumps on top of it for the Purple Dragons. Pittsburgh recovers, then Pittsburgh on to score another touchdown. Nicholson crossed the goal line for 6 more points. Pittsburgh controls this one the rest of the way. Purple Dragons take care of Topeka 49-24. Now we'll head over to Oklahoma, where Miami is at home, coming off its biggest win of the season on the road at Grove last week. Miami at home taking on Cushing. From the start, both of their defenses are fired up. Cushing's Kellen Fry tries to gain some ground, but he's quickly brought down by Trent Lawson for the War Dogs there. Tigers trying to claw their way into the end zone, but War Dogs keep them from crossing. Nice stop right there. However, it's not long before Cushing gets into the end zone right here, earning its first touchdown of the game, first score of the game. 6-0, they now lead. Miami ready to fight back in a big run here down the sideline. That's the quarterback, Sam Lillard. That's a first down. That gives Miami plenty of momentum. Lillard then drops back to pass, and he finds his target. Logan Sumapong makes the catch for the touchdown. That gets the War Dogs their first points of the game. They add on the extra point afterwards. Lead 7-6 at the end of the first quarter. Miami keeps up that pressure. They go on to win 31-14. And as we head to break, here's some more scores from around the 4 states.
You're watching 4 State Friday Night, proudly sponsored by Sticklin and Sticklin Law Firm, GN Bank, Crockett, and Neosho County Community College.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor.
Proud to salute Justin Cox, a 4 State hero.
Hey, welcome back into 4 States Friday Night. I'm KOAM Sports Director John Dales. We just brought you throughout southeast Kansas and into Oklahoma. Now we'll shift gears to southwest Missouri, where Seneca has really been unstoppable this year. The Indians try to cap off a 9-0 regular season against their Big 8 rival and the defending state champion. Tensions are high in Seneca as the defending state champ from Lamar look to end the Indians' perfect season. Seneca's first drive of the game, Caden Klaus runs quarterback keeper, turns on the Jets, and he gets about 30 yards before stepping out of bounds. The following drive, Klaus hands it off to Roman Miller, who stiff arms a defender out of his way for a big gain. That gets the Indians deep in Tiger territory. Klaus then, taking matters into his own hands, runs it in for a touchdown. That's the first score of the game. Indians lead 8-0 after a successful 2-point conversion. They got the ball back. Klaus rolls out of the pocket. This time he finds Tyrone Harris, who makes the catch, zooms around the Tigers, and then gets tackled right towards the end zone. That's going to count for a touchdown, makes the score 15-0. Indian sub in Brody Probert for Klaus, and he launches a rocket downfield to Blaze Graham for another Seneca touchdown. 21-zip at that point. We just got the second quarter started. Indians go on to win this one big. Final score 57-7. Staying in Missouri, we'll head over to Carthage. Tigers have senior night against Neosho. Tiger offense would have themselves a night. Brady Carlton here finds his man Landon Collins on the screen pass. He gets extra yardage, refusing to go down. That's a first down, it'll move the chains. Next play here, Tigers keep the ball moving. It's another screen pass, and it's Collins again fighting for extra yardage. Tigers then in the red zone. They call on Collins again. He plows into the end zone for a touchdown. They lead 28-13 at that point. Neosho gets the ball back on offense, needing a response. And Cade Spiva, who's been fighting off some injuries this year, unleashes a deep ball to Boston Patterson. That's caught, and he's going to get in for a touchdown. 28-20 is the score now. Neosho not going away. Tigers, though, not going to take that lying down. Their next drive, big pass here of their own. Carlton finds a wide open Jackson Hedinger for the score. Carthage takes care of business at home. They get the win 42-20. Another COC game for you. Joplin heads on the road to Webb City. This was a wild one. We pick it up late in the second quarter. Joplin already leading 14-12. Torrin Jones dives into the end zone from a couple yards out. Eagles up 21-12. And fast forward ahead to the fourth. Webb City with the ball, down 28-27, just a couple minutes left. Jackson Lucas pitches it to Slade Hurd. He gets into the end zone. Webb City now leads 33-28 with under 2 minutes to play. Cardinals say, hey, you know what? We're going to go for two. And on the two-point conversion, run trick play. It's Joseph Graffenried off the reverse. He gets in for another 2 points. Cards up 35-28, but Joplin ties it. We go to OT. In overtime, Webb City gets the ball first, scores a touchdown plus an extra point. Eagles score a touchdown as well, but they go for two in the win. Here's that play. Rose buying time, and Daniel Rose floats it to the end zone. It's caught by John Jasper for the win. Eagles win a thriller on the road in overtime, 43-42. Well, that's all the time we got for you on this edition of 4 States Friday Night. Press Box on Fox 14, it's extra late tonight. We don't go on the air till about 1:30 in the morning. We'd love to have you join us, though. For now, here are some of the top plays of the night.